Welcome back to the Dizzy Diaries. Today, we're tackling one of the biggest questions I often get. Do I have to stop exercising if I have POTS or dysautonomia? Certain exercises can cause your nervous system to flare or irritate your system and cause your symptoms to get worse, but the right type of movement in the right dosage and at the right gradual pacing can help stabilize your nervous system and is actually imperative to recovery and management of the condition. There are a couple of pillars that we look at when we're talking about management of POTS and dysautonomia after diagnosis. These include medical management, which is certain medications. It includes nutrition and dietary changes that suit best to your system. And then we've also got exercise, which can make a huge difference to how you feel, how you manage your symptoms, and how you can improve your tolerance over time. And all of these go along with your environment, which is often a little bit harder to change, but you can make small adjustments around your living conditions, around how you travel each day to make things a little bit more manageable. We're here to talk about exercise, and let's look at why it helps. When you move, your muscles squeeze the veins in your legs and the rest of your body, which helps to circulate your blood and fight gravity to return blood back to the heart. This reduces blood pooling, which is one of the main triggers for dizziness in POTS. On top of that, movement plays a huge role in neuroplasticity and nervous system regulation. So often we talk about the nervous system being dysregulated, and this is why it's called dysautonomia, dysfunction of the autonomic nervous system. So exercise actually helps to reinforce multiple pathways and helps to put the body into a position where it's not just in fight or flight. It actually realizes that it's safe, and it helps to regulate those nervous system pathways whilst you're exercising and retrain them to tolerate things better going forward. Tolerate movement, tolerate different triggers. Again, it might not mitigate them completely, but the stronger you are in terms of reinforcement with exercise and your other pillars of health, this can be a really positive way to move forward. By consistently introducing gentle, controlled exercise, you're helping your brain and body relearn how to handle blood flow, heart rate, and posture, training your nervous system to become more resilient over time. When I was initially diagnosed, I had a dramatic decline in my physical capacity. I went from doing exercise every day and walking to university to hardly being able to stand upright without losing my breath. I had to take months to slowly retrain my body once I realized what was wrong. First, just to sit up, get my heart rate back to normal, lie down, sit up, and then progress to standing up and just train this slowly over time. And eventually I was able to tolerate standing exercise. I know what it's like to feel like your body is disconnected from your brain. It feels like a huge learning curve to start from zero, but I hope you can find faith in yourself to keep moving. Every tiny step, even the ones that feel like 1% progress, compound over time. Have faith in your body and in gradual exercise. Be patient, be kind. You truly have to become your best friend and your biggest advocate while navigating this condition. Moving on, let's talk about a myth. There's a persistent idea online that I still see that if you have POTS, you shouldn't exercise at all. This is because when people exercise, they have a flare in their symptoms, they don't feel well, and naturally that would make them avoid exercise. The research is improving and people are being more open about gradual exercise and the learning curve that you have when doing this and how it can actually benefit your body when done in the right way. And I see this idea getting less and less, but it still does exist that people are very scared of exercise. But different research, similar to the Journal of American College of Cardiology in 2018, has a review on dysautonomia and reconditioning, which actually shows the opposite. Structured, graded exercise can improve your blood volume, your heart rate control, and even brain fog over time. Let's look at the research, let's look at how people feel, the condition, and look at a couple of practical tips to tie all of this together. So if you're starting to incorporate movement safely, here's a few key tips that you can implement. Number one is to start horizontal. This is usually the most comfortable position for us, so begin with floor-based or recumbent exercises like Pilates, light stretching, yoga, gentle cycling, basically just to reduce the gravitational load on your body whilst it adapts. It gives you the chance to build up your strength in a comfortable position, and you can easily dial it down or up based on the difficulty that your body can tolerate. Tip 2 is to put your legs up the wall. This is a common position that you've probably seen online, and it helps to just elevate the legs, bring that blood flow back a little bit easier. It's simple, free, and really effective. The third tip is to use compression gear. Again, you need to determine what compression gear is suited for you and discuss this with a healthcare practitioner if you need to, or try different gear and see what works best. Things like full-length compression stockings or leggings can help reduce blood pooling and actually help you during exercise, so it might be advisable to wear these as long as they're comfortable to exercise with. And again, starting gradually. It doesn't mean that if you've got compression stockings you can do heavier intense exercise. It just means that your body might be able to tolerate it better and you'll be more comfortable whilst you're exercising. My fourth and final step is to pace, don't push. Increase your tolerance gradually. Think weeks and months, not days. I know it can be frustrating and you want to just get to the finish line or get to a point where you're feeling much better and can tolerate daily activities, but patience is really, really important here to gradually increase your activity level. If you think of your nervous system as putty, it's quite pliable, it adapts based on the stimulus that you provided with. So if you provided with the stimulus of exercise, training the cardiovascular system, training the nervous system, moving blood flow more efficiently, providing more oxygen, all of these things, it allows you to actually build more muscle, provide these oxygen nutrients more efficiently, and that takes time. It takes time to mold your nervous system, it takes time to mold your body, but it has to have a stimulus. So stimulus, response, and adaptation take time. Exercising with POTS is a journey, one that requires patience, compassion, and consistency. You're not failing if you start slow. You're rebuilding a foundation for your body to thrive on. Thanks for tuning into the Dizzy Diaries. If you found this episode helpful, don't forget to follow, rate, and share it with someone who needs to hear this today. And remember, your pace is perfect. Stay sparkly.